Gillespie from the out of bounds to the freshman queen who's driving, floats it. Oh! Maryland on the right side of a buzzer beater with life into the Sweet 16. One bucket to keep its season alive.
Let's get one more.
From the out of bounds to the freshman queen who's driving, floats it. Oh! Maryland on the right side of a buzzer beater with life into the Sweet 16.
What a way to start the Ravery Sports Podcast. That was, yes, sir, Derik Queen. I'm from Baltimore. That's why. And he told him in the post-game interview. That's why he hit a very difficult layup there to get the Terps into the round of Sweet 16 for the first time in many years. Hello, welcome to the Ravery Sports Podcast. This is Charles Harris with Ravery Sports Podcast. Like and subscribe to all of our social media commentary as well. Definitely go on our website, raverysports.company.site. So definitely check out all of our merchandise as well that we have on there today. Ravens hats, Orioles jerseys. We got an Orioles season coming. We're going to talk about the game tomorrow, the opener in Toronto. Also too as well, Genesis Notary Services in Winchester, Virginia. If you are in the Winchester area, we do apologize to all of you where I had to cancel appointments. I felt terrible about that, but let's be on our. But we are back. So anybody else out there who needs help with their notary business, we go ahead and we are all squared away. We had to shut it down for about a week there. Now we're back in business. I put on social media, we're back to go, ready to go for anybody out there that needs help. See, Charles Harris, we are LegalShield.com. So if you do need Legal Shield, it is a great vehicle to help you with your notary business. Thank you very much, all of you that have checked out Legal Shield, and definitely those of you continue to do it. And also on draft day. So we're going to do a pre and post. We're going to be here 7:30 right before the draft starts. I'm going to go ahead and watch the draft, check it out with all of you, and we're going to do a post game where I talk about what the Ravens and the rest of the league did in the draft. So we're obviously going to talk college basketball today, starting out like that. But let's talk Ravens. We usually start here with the Ravens, and we're not going to be different today. We're going to do a full roster breakdown. Okay? So, with the Baltimore Ravens, we had season end, off season. Now we're in the off season. We did free agency. We're still waiting on the draft. The roster's starting to take shape. All right. So what is there? So let's kind of look at what's been done with the Ravens already. Let's kind of look at what's going on, give our analysis of the Ravens roster as it's currently constructed. Let's go ahead and take a look. Depth chart, but we'll go over some things, some potential moves here as well. The big one already in the offensive backfield, obviously we know Lamar. The only question is the extension going to get done sooner rather than later? You see Josh Allen getting the extension done. Is Lamar in for an extension as well? We will see if that happens, if he can get an extension. Cooper Rush is a huge backup quarterback upgrade. So that's big. Cooper Rush, I don't care if it was. Some people were worried about the contract that they were spending like $12 million. So I think it's $12 million with incentives. I think it's like $6 million. I wouldn't care even if it was. You cannot have Josh Johnson as your backup quarterback for another season. So Josh Johnson can go now to the coaching staff or he can be on the practice squad. But if you lose a game or you're in a game, you have Cooper Rush who can definitely get you through a stretch of games. I don't know if Lamar's had this good of a backup since Joe Flacco has been here. So good stuff here, getting Cooper Rush. Derrick Henry's going to be back next season. Hopefully Justice Hill will be there. Justice Hill's been very reliable, really played his way into a meaningful role. Keaton Mitchell, is going to be your third running back. I'm pretty sure Owen Wright may be there as well in the draft. They went ahead and got Ali. They'll be in camp. I think these would be the three if you look at it right now. Project Pat, listen him as a fullback as well, re-signed with the Ravens. So Pat Ricard is going to be back. This might be his last season. He wants to retire as a Raven. They signed a 1-year deal. So maybe this is the last year for Pat Ricard. Wide receiver, tight end outside. Not as much drama as we've had in years past with the wide receiver position. Zay Flowers is going to start with the one. Zay Flowers is going to start the one wide receiver. Rashad Bateman is going to start at the other wide out. So that's pretty much we know. They're both under contract. Flowers, I put it out there. Is he a top 10 receiver now? He's going to get every opportunity to go ahead and feature him there. I think he's the featured guy. Not the tight ends, even though they have good tight ends. He's the featured guy. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be the new addition. He's going to be your third receiver. He's going to replace Nelson Aguilar. I don't think some fans are maybe thinking he's going to be the number one receiver. He's going to be on the field more. I know Lamar wants this, but he's going to be your third receiver as of right now. Deontay Walker picked in the draft last year in the, I think it was 4th round, and Tylan Wallace was there, re-signed. I think Tylan is probably going to be more of a special teams guy so far. Definitely in the draft, I think you'll see a receiver. I don't know where exactly they're going to get one, but I'd be surprised if they didn't take a receiver. They usually carry 6. I'm looking at 5 here. They might get one more here to put on the roster. Mark Andrews is going to start at tight end. Yes, Mark Andrews. They picked up the option. They picked up the money. No question about it. I was more sure of this than a lot of fans were. Mark Andrews doesn't surprise me. He's going to start for them next year. I do think if they trade him, I think if somebody blows him away, they'll trade him. I do think but I don't think any more than any other player. If the Chargers or another team really gives them a high pick or a high second or first round or something like that, something crazy, I think they'll do it. But I think the Ravens kind of see it the way I see it. They don't have to do anything. Why not bring Andrews back and have Likely there as well? Charlie Kolar is going to be back as well. So it's a very good tight end room for the Ravens as well. Interesting, the decision has to be made after this year. Are you going to continue with Andrews or are you going to re-sign Isaiah Likely? I think we're thinking that they may move on to Isaiah Likely at that point. Not as much drama here as we thought. Ronnie Stanley, surprisingly to me, re-signed with the Ravens. He's going to go ahead and start at left tackle for sure. Andrew Voorhees is probably right now, if you do a depth chart right now, number 1 at left guard. Definitely going to have to wait on the draft here. Both guards didn't play well. Daniel Falele, I'm going to be nice because I'll be killing Daniel Falele, but didn't play well last year. Got through the season. I mean, I'll give it to him. I mean, got through the season. I think he played more snaps than anybody on the whole roster of all the guards. I think he played more than anybody else. So definitely going to be looking at a guard. But if the season were to start, that's what they would start. It is possible the Ravens feel good about this and they don't take a guard. I don't think so, but it's not possible that they'll feel good. Tyler Linderbaum, I think it's only a matter of time before he becomes one of the top, if it's not already, he's certainly a top 5 center in the league. Maybe it's only a matter of time, maybe before he comes number 1 best center. And Roger Rosengarten, this is a good move for him. So they signed Stanley back. He gets to stay at right tackle. A little less pressure on him as well. Nick Samak is going to come back. He didn't play at all last year, I think, with injury. So he's going to be in the backup center conversation. Patrick McCary is gone. I would say Ben Cleveland. That is right. I got to tell you, I was shocked that they signed Ben Cleveland back. Shocked. He did come back with no bonus. None. No bonus at all and no promise of a roster spot probably. So he's going to have to fight for his roster spot if he wants to get the $1 million that the Ravens have for him. But he is there. He is probably their most experienced backup. So there's a chance he could make the team. They usually carry 2 more. Probably be shocked in the draft if they didn't take any tight ends. They didn't take anybody at all. Definite area of need. Defensive line. Travis Jones, Justin Matabuke, Broderick Washington. right? Michael Pierce is going to file his retirement paperwork. It looks like June 1st and retire. You may not have maybe the same story. I haven't heard anything yet for Brent Irvin. Brent Irvin maybe have played his last game in the NFL. So they definitely have 2 open spots on the defensive line after. If they don't carry at least 2, they may carry 3. Heavy draft emphasis going forward, free agent emphasis going forward, because there's definitely holes here they have to fill. You have to have linemen, and I'm only looking at 3 right now on the depth chart. So interesting to see. Although the starting group is fine. Matabuke's out. Matabuke's really good. Travis Jones, Amir, Broderick Washington, I think rebounded a little bit last year. Hasn't lived up to complete expectations, but they're not paying him a whole lot of money. So the starting group is fine. They need some depth pieces there as well. Linebackers, if you want to go ahead and go there. Adafi Owe, Roquan Smith, Trent Simpson. As of right now, you would pencil him in. I don't know how to feel about Trent Simpson right now. I don't know if they feel are comfortable, kind of like similar to Voorhees. Are you comfortable putting him back in the starting lineup, even though he was benched? He really didn't play at all down the stretch at all. So didn't really play at all down the stretch. So it'll be interesting to see how they feel about him. Wouldn't shock me if they took a Jod Campbell or something like that early in the draft. I don't know, but it is possible if a guy they like is there inside linebacker early, they could do that. That could fill that spot. Kyle Van Noy for sure is going to start. Kyle Van Noy, I think, was outstanding. Played fantastic last year. David Ajabo. Somebody asked me on online, like, how do I feel about David Ajabo? I think it's over. I don't think there's much there. I think I kind of compared him to Anthony Poindexter, like years ago, former Raven, where Poindexter was a really good player in college, really was on his way to the high draft pick, maybe like first, second round. He got hurt late in the draft process and really wasn't the same. And I think that's the fate of David Ajabo looks like here. I think he'll be on the roster, though. I think, like, the Ravens haven't completely given up because there's no reason for him to completely give up. But I don't think they see him anymore. I'd be surprised if they see him anymore as a guy that's going to eventually take over as well. He's really going to have to show it this year if he can make the roster at all. Tavon Robinson, I think, does. Maybe was playing a little bit at the end of last year. I think maybe he's a guy that you can play in multiple positions, playing him inside a bit. So you can see that. Isaac, we still don't know. We don't have anything. Totally complete. Didn't practice, didn't dress hardly in a lot of games. Injured pretty much his whole year. Jake Hummel, I think, is coming in inside linebacker, special teams with the Ravens are going to look at that. That's basically what his job is. You may see him in base sets at inside linebacker, but basically he's a wedge buster, right? He's there to help run the special teams. They did lose Chris Board and Malik Harrison, so they go ahead and sign a Jake Hummel to help them with the special team. That's essentially what his job is going to be there as well. Real quick here, Marlon Humphrey's going to start for the Ravens at one corner. Some saying he's going to spend all his time in the slot. I keep hearing that. I see him move around a bit. I don't think he stays in one spot. So I think, like, there are fans that think he's in the slot all the time. I don't think he's in the slot all the time. I think he moves around a bit. He's going to be back. He's going to be your number one corner. He was trash talking. He was trash talking Malik Harrison for signing with Pittsburgh. Why he had to, so good, man. I like seeing that. Always with the Steelers. Darius Washington is at free safety. Kyle Hamilton's at strong safety, and Nate Wiggins is your starter at the other corner. I think they're fine with the starting group. I think it is going to be a Darius starting next season for sure. It's possible again that would be the spot if there is a spot, corner, safety in the draft. If they do take a look at somebody, I do see that. If they do have a draft last year, I don't think anybody was expecting Nate Wiggins to get drafted. They did go ahead and take Nate Wiggins in the draft. We'll see about that. I don't want to mess up his name. Chibi Awuzie, free agent. So they just went ahead and signed him. He was released, fans. So what that means, he doesn't count towards the compensation package, right? I'm sure the Ravens are well aware of that. So pencil him in right now. I think he's more of a camp body or something like that as well. We want to see how Jalen Armour-Davis does, Bo Braid, Sesame Kane, and TJ Tampa. So Jalen Armour-Davis, I think, is good enough, I think, as long as he can stay healthy, which he's had trouble staying healthy. But if you can keep Jalen Armour-Davis healthy, he's nothing wrong with Jalen Armour-Davis. He's a fine corner as well. Tough, physical guy. But I think that causes the problem. He's a little bit injury prone. Bo Braid was good on special teams. I think Bo Braid, can play in the league along with Sesame Kane. I think just numbers, having a good strength at that position. They have to play more. That's fine. Again, they probably in the draft, you're going to have guys come in. And TJ Tampa, again, very similar to Adiza Isaac, came in. We don't know. We don't know exactly what we have with TJ Tampa. He didn't play at all last season as well. One more. That's Tucker on the roster, yes. He hasn't been really, okay. Justin Tucker hasn't been released. He's still on the roster. I think it's only a matter of time before Tucker is released from the Ravens. I'm thinking for sure if he stays in camp, he's going to have competition. I'd be very, very surprised if the Ravens didn't draft a kicker or get an undrafted kicker to give him competition, not only in light of all the allegations, but the way he played. Jordan Stout is there as the punter. He's going to be back as well. Nick Moore, the long snapper. Again, looks like they're going to go ahead and go another year with Nick Moore. Tylan Wallace. I have him the primary kick punt returner. They took him off of that last year. I don't think Deontay Hardy's going to be back in any capacity. I'm willing to bet they're going to bring in somebody as far as maybe a veteran later or somebody in the draft to compete with Tylan for that spot. Tylan for sure has a roster spot at wide receiver and on special teams. There you go. All right. So what's different? Okay. So you got this is a team that is contending for a Super Bowl that is very, very good. So they are a team that is really looking to go ahead and go all the way. Kansas City may be dipping down in the standings as well. So it may be some room to move for the Ravens to go ahead and get there as well. We still don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. It looks like Aaron Rodgers is probably going to sign with Pittsburgh as well. Excuse me. In that division, they're probably going to have Aaron Rodgers. Kansas City's losing guys. We'll see. I think the two best teams right now, and we haven't done our power rankings yet, but Buffalo and Baltimore maybe have a clash in the AFC Championship game. We'll see. But they went out and got Cooper Rush. I love that. They went ahead and signed him. They went ahead and signed him. They're plugging the holes they need to do. Signing Stanley, signing. So, again, I don't think it's not super sexy because you're not making all these moves, drastically changing things because it's not necessary. I think you can just go in and get some guys that are going to help your team, without doing drastic changes. So, good job by the Ravens. Go ahead and refining their football team.